Assam Cabinet decides to renovate and repair police stations at a cost of 120 crore rupees, sanctions 250 crore rupees for rural electrification. In Assam, schools reopened today amid strict COVID protocol. CBSE releases date sheet for major subjects of Class 10 and 12 board examinations for 2021 to 2022. Eid Miladun-Nabi, the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, being celebrated across the country today. And in T20 World Cup cricket match between Scotland and Papua New Guinea underway, Bangladesh will take on Oman this evening. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Notice News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Manjui. Now the stories in details. Assam Health Minister Keshav Mahanta today said the state cabinet has decided to renovate and repair the police stations at a cost of 120 crore rupees. Briefing media persons, Mahanta said the cabinet has sanctioned 250 crore rupees for rural electrification. Another 1,718 crores have been approved for the Saubhagya 2 scheme and 161 crore rupees for electrification of 48,231 Anganwadi centers and 13,120 primary schools, Mahanta added. As decided in the previous cabinet meeting, fair price shops under the Food and Supply Department with less than 50 card holders were to be attached with new fair price shops. The cabinet today decided that widows and differently able owners of fair price shops can maintain status quo, Mahanta said. Assam government will implement necessary steps on minimum wages for laborers, their health and safety, the minister added.
এইখিনি কাম কৰিবলৈ 250 কোটি টকা আজি স্যাংশন কৰা হৈছে আৰু তৎকালীনভাৱে ইয়াৰ টেন্ডাৰ প্ৰক্ৰিয়া কিছু আৰম্ভ হৈছে।
In Assam, elementary schools for students of class 1 to 8 as well as standard 11 of all government and private schools reopened today. Special precautionary measures have been taken in schools to avoid COVID-19 infection. Apart from sanitizing the school premises and classrooms, classes are following all COVID protocols as directed by the Assam government. An education department order said classes will be held for 3 days in a week for all classes from standard 1 to 8. The reopening of physical classes is based on the criteria that COVID-19 positivity rate is below 2% in the districts. If positivity rate goes up to 2% in any district on a particular day, the educational institutions will be shuttered till positivity rate is below 2%. There shouldn't be more than 30 students in a section, and head of the institution will assess the required number of sections if needed. Early on, classes for higher education resumed across the state. The Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) has released the date sheet for major subjects for Class 10 and 12 Term 1 board examinations for 2021 to 2022. The date sheet says the examination for major subjects for Class 10 will begin from November 30, while for Class 12 it will start from December 1. In the backdrop of the winter season, the examination for both Classes 10 and 12 will begin at 11:30 in the morning. The CBSE also said date sheet for minor subjects for Classes 10 and 12 will be provided to the schools separately. Examination of minor subjects for Classes 10 will start from 17th of next month. Along with examination of Class 10, examinations of Class 12 will also be conducted. Duration of each paper of major subjects will be 90 minutes, the CBSE statement said. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Kushinagar International Airport tomorrow at 10 in the morning. The event will be marked by the landing of an inaugural flight from Colombo in Sri Lanka, carrying a Sri Lankan team of over 100 Buddhist monks and dignitaries, including the 12-member Holy Relic entourage. The delegation includes the deputy heads of all 4 orders of Buddhism. 5 ministers of the government of Sri Lanka are also on the team. Built Built at an estimated cost of 260 crore rupees, the airport will facilitate domestic and international pilgrims to visit the Mahaparinivarna Sthal of Lord Buddha. It's also an endeavor to connect Buddhist pilgrimage holy sites around the world. Symbolizing the end of a 3-month rainy retreat, the Prime Minister will attend the Abhidhamma Day that will also be joined by eminent monks from Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, South Korea, Nepal, Bhutan and Cambodia. Envoys from various nations will also attend. Eid-e-Miladun-Nabi, the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, is being celebrated with due reverence across the country today. In most places, various organizing committees have decided not to take out Milad processions amidst corona restrictions. However, in some states, authorities have allowed downsized processions with limited number of people, adhering to COVID norms and guidelines. Milad Mehfils highlighting the life and teachings of the Prophet and online Sirat conferences are being held. President and Vice President have greeted the people on Miladun-Nabi. President Ramnath Kovind said Prophet Muhammad's life is an example of fraternity, compassion and affection. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, the Holy Prophet, showed humanity the righteous path of compassion, tolerance and universal brotherhood. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted the people on Milad in a tweet, hoped there will be peace and prosperity all around. Heavy rainfall in Uttarakhand claimed 11 more lives in Nainital and Almora districts of Kumaon region today, taking the death toll in the rain incident to 16 in the state. Rescue and relief operation is being carried out by the Army, NDRF and district administration. 2 helicopters will be deployed in Kumaon and 1 in Garhwal. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami is conducting an aerial inspection in this regard. He will also conduct on-site inspection of the affected areas. The hilly areas of Garhwal and Kumaon region are still experiencing moderate rain, raising the water level in all major rivers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today spoke to Uttarakhand Chief Minister Dhami and inquired about the relief and rescue operation and the damage caused by the heavy rain. Meanwhile, Gangotri National Highway in Uttarkashi district and Rishikesh Badrinath National Highway in Chamoli district has been blocked at several places following landslides. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma is on a 2-day official visit to the capital of Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar, to attend a conclave organized by Arunachal Unit of the National People's Party. The conclave with the theme Regional Aspirations, National Outlook will be held on Wednesday. According to the Chief Minister, the conclave is organized to debate on the core issues of all the northeastern states. He further hoped that it would be a productive conclave. A galaxy of renowned leaders and personalities from across the fields of sports, politics, business, among other areas will also join the event and exchange ideas on building a better world. Referring to his visit to the museum, he said that it gives a glimpse of diverse ethnic culture of Arunachal Pradesh.
Is basically on the discussion on regional aspirations, yet having a national outlook, and it's a very important topic for the Northeast. So therefore we have got
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday. It will be the 82nd episode of the monthly radio program. The Prime Minister has invited people to share their ideas for this month's episode. People can share their views in the Namo app or MyGov open forum. They can also dial the toll-free number 1800117800 and record their message for the Prime Minister in either Hindi or English. The phone lines will remain open till Friday. People can also give a missed call on 1922 and follow the link received in SMS to directly give their suggestions to the Prime Minister. The Anti-Narcotic Task Force (ANTF) team of Nong Stoin Police has arrested 2 suspected drug peddlers. According to an official source, the arrest took place on Sunday evening during an operation in and around Nong Stoin Township. 5 containers of suspected heroin were seized from their possession. The accused persons have been booked under relevant provisions of the NDPS Act. In the Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, India's second practice match will be against Australia tomorrow in Dubai at 3:30 p.m. Earlier last night, India defeated England by 7 wickets in their first warm-up match. In the Group B match between Scotland and Papua New Guinea is underway at the Al Mertat Cricket Ground in Oman. Scotland were 165 for 9 in 20 overs when reports last came in. In reply, Papua New Guinea scored 73 runs for 6 wickets. In another Group B qualifier match today, Bangladesh will take on Oman at 7:30 p.m. at the same venue. It will be a must-win match for Bangladesh. The top 4 teams from the qualifiers will join India, West Indies, Australia, South Africa, Afghanistan, Pakistan, England and New Zealand for the Super 12 stage. The Centre has asked states and union territories to identify and prioritize districts having low COVID-19 vaccination coverage for focused action and explore requirements for mobilization efforts. Centre has urged addressing local challenges, need for additional vaccination centres and improving access in rural areas. They have also urged to share their strategies to enhance second dose coverage. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan earlier reviewed the progress of COVID-19 vaccination with health secretaries and National Health Mission managing directors of states and union territories. Highlighting that the nation is close to administering 1 billion doses, he congratulated the states and union territories on their effort to vaccinate all citizens. Many states have adequate doses to vaccinate those people who are awaiting their second dose with additional vaccine doses from the centre. Now, COVID update from across the nation. More than 98 crore 67 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Health Ministry said over 87 lakh 41,000 doses were administered yesterday. India reported more than 13,000 new cases during the last 24 hours, which is lowest in 231 days. India's active caseload stands at 1,83,118 and it is the lowest in 227 days. Active cases account for less than 1% of total cases and it is currently at 0.54%, the lowest since March last year. The ministry said the recovery rate is currently at 98.14%, highest since March last year. Over 19,000 people recovered in the last 24 hours and total recoveries touched 3 crore 34 lakh 58,801. In the COVID scenario in the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported 145 active cases, even as the case load for discharge cases is 54,589. The death account for 280. Reporting 2,114 active cases, released cases touch 5,97,348, even as the tally for the death is 5,957. Embroiled with 1,383 active cases, Manipur has notched up 1,19,524 released cases, while the death toll is 1,897. Meghalaya is saddled with 777 active cases, followed by 80,799 cured cases. The tally for the death is 1,438. With 11,374 active cases in its kitty, Mizoram has a caseload of 1,02,036 released cases. The death account is 391. Nagaland has computed 252 active cases, 30,700 cured cases, even as the death account for 675. Reporting 165 active cases, Sikkim has a count of 31,200 discharged cases, even as the death toll is 391. With 113 active cases in its lineup, Tripura has 83,414 released cases, even as tally for the death is 816. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.